What's going on, everybody? Welcome.
Cameron made us late.
Yes, well, okay, I was fashionably late. Of course, this is a trend of ours. If you're here and you want a sneak peek, if we ever give a time, assume 10 minutes after that time. And if we schedule a time 10 minutes after the time we said, assume about 5 minutes after that, and 6:15, we're right on schedule. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today, we're bringing back, you saw that right. We had a 1-week hiatus because Zay had a trip.
Vacation.
I'm sure it was a fun trip. I actually had spring break, I believe. Yeah, so we both had quite a little bit of a break. So that was awesome. And but we're back, and there has been some news. We're excited to see y'all. Happy Friday, Tariq. John is here. How you doing? We got Lexicon Matt. We've got Shane. We got Wobbles. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Yeah, we got a lot going on that's happened in the news. Now, we're only covering 5 topics, but we do want to just kind of do a quick rest in peace to Chuck Norris.
Yes.
He passed away. I don't know. It's been all over the news. I'm guessing it was today.
Yeah, and, this morning, I believe.
Okay, and at 86 years old, I don't know much about his actual content. I haven't really seen any Chuck Norris movie, but you know, he was a big part of our childhood in terms of all the like kind of memes around him, like
oh my god,
if a shark bites Chuck Norris, the shark bleeds type of situation. And I guess all we can say now is I guess we're all good. We don't have to worry about dying now, because if Chuck Norris died, it means he took the Grim Reaper down with him. And no. But rest in peace to Chuck Norris. Don't know much about him. I'm sure we'll get into his stuff at some point later, but that was on the breaking news. So
he was in Dodgeball.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was Say Stesso in Dodgeball. He's pretty brief, and I guess he got like begged to actually. Ben Stiller like begged him to make an appearance in Dodgeball. So
oh my god,
that's the only thing I know of that I've seen that he's in. All the other movies I've looked at, they didn't ring a bell. Rest in peace to Chuck Norris. Would be interesting to actually explore some of his content for sure. Because like Cam said, he's always been like a meme, at least when we were growing up. And then kind of once we got older, kind of never really heard much about him. I don't even know what like his most recent film would have ever been, like how recent he was even acting up till, but rest in peace to a legend.
Dodgeball. But yeah, rest in peace. All right, Zay, why don't you kick it off today with our first article?
All right. Oh, hold on. Puppy's on the move. What are you doing? Don't chew the wire. Okay. All righty. So first article, this seems to, again, be a very, listen, it feels like a hot commodity or a very popular topic that we keep covering. Video game adaptations into, series and movies. And we have another one of the best selling franchises of all time in video games is getting a live adaptation. You heard that right. Assassin's Creed is getting the Netflix series Assassin's Creed actually has some big updates. It's officially set in ancient Rome. In this article, I'm sorry, did this come from Variety?
Yeah, this is Variety.
Yeah. So kind of the information that we know about it, it's set in ancient Rome. The production has started, and it is going to be in Italy the whole time, which is great. Always love when they're using the actual, like when they're on site. If you're going to, pick a topic and a style. Assassin's Creed is not new to also like traveling through historic locations. I mean, the last one was just in Japan. They've done one in Egypt, Greece. I think France. That was, I think, the first one I ever played. And this is some exciting stuff. I haven't played a ton of the Assassin's Creed games. I only played a handful, not to completion. I just wasn't very big into the sandboxy type games at the time when I was growing up. I was much of a competitive multiplayer type of person. And it looks like the cast, they also released some additional cast as well. It looks like new members of this series are going to be Lewis McCartney, who starred in the Stranger Things stage adaptation. Looks like Mirren Mack from The Nest, The Witcher, Blood Origin. Yusef Kirkour, I don't know if I'm saying that right, the last part at least, from Night of the Seven Kingdoms, very popular series going on currently. And then Sandra Goldberg Camp from Foundation. So this is shaping up. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm super familiar with all of these actors' work and actresses' work. However, with the way Variety was talking about it, it seems like these are some stars, and it seems like that they, have the chops for it, and it looks like that this could be shaping up to be a very interesting game to show adaptation and a very interesting storyline to follow. Actually, we'll take this quote right here from Variety in regards to the actual what the show is going to be focused on. The Assassin's Creed show logline says the series will be centered on the secret war between two shadowy factions, one set on determining mankind's future through control and manipulation, while the other fights to preserve free will. The series follows its characters across pivotal historical events as they battle to shape humanity's destiny. Again, that is directly from Variety. And for people that aren't history buffs, or if you are a history buff, the year that's set in 64 AD is actually known for the Great Fire of Rome. That happened while Nero was the emperor. So, and, thus coined the phrase, Nero fiddled while Rome burned. And he's very blamed for that fire. But regardless, I'm super excited to see this. It's interesting that they're choosing to, I wonder if this will get adapted into a game from this, because I don't think they have one set in Rome. I know that they've spanned a lot. And also, it was interesting reading this article because I kind of got more of an idea of what is going on, because if you haven't played Assassin's Creed from the very beginning, you can't, I feel like, jump into like a later one, because it's like a whole bunch of things about them going through people's memories, like these assassins' memories and stuff set in all these different times to collect these artifacts. But if you just jump into the game, you would be lost, I feel like. So I was lost when I got my first one because I didn't get the first one. I got like Syndicate or something, which was a few in the installments. But this is a 14 game installment, finally getting a show adaptation by Netflix. And it looks like it'll run for 7 months with a potential 2027 release window on Netflix. Cameron, how familiar are you with Assassin's Creed as a game franchise? And, anything that piqued your interest when reading this article in regards to this adaptation occurring? I mean, it's a very interesting type of game and like storyline to be adapted. You think this will run multiple seasons as well, or what do you think they're going to do here?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in where they're going to go with this based off of the article on Variety. It seems like they're going to be exploring some really interesting stuff. I personally have never been a fan of the Assassin's Creed games, but I will say one of the things I always thought about the game is that I always felt like it'd be better as a show or a movie. I just never thought like the story was always interesting, but like the gameplay was never for me. I never really enjoyed the gameplay aspects. So the fact that they're going to shoot in Rome, knowing that that's never been an Assassin's Creed game, is interesting because it goes to show that they're not working off of a story from a game that was already made.
Yeah.
That might obviously incorporate some of the elements of like the future memory scanning, all that stuff. I really hope they don't actually. It would just really cool to see some assassins in Rome during the fire with Nero would be fucking insane. But it looks like we're going to get that either way. I think that they chose a really cool point in history. I think that they're going to have an interesting take on how it happened. Some people blamed Nero, apparently, according to the article, and other people blamed apparently some people, historians, say it was just an accident. But I think they chose a really interesting topic. I'm excited for the show. The movie did not perform well. They did make an Assassin's Creed movie.
Oh yeah, they did.
Michael Fassbender in it, and it did not do too well. But I think as a show, it'll be better suited, and they can learn from their mistakes on the movie. And I think that I have high hopes. Apparently, the one of the people involved in Chernobyl is directing it, which will really, really be interesting. I think that this show is going to gain traction. There's the only thing that I'm worried about with this show is I feel like a show like Assassin's Creed taking place in Rome, going around the fire with the Emperor Nero and all of that. I feel like that kind of plot deserves to be spaced out and to gain traction over the weeks, to gain like conspiracies and people online breaking it down and getting ideas. But Netflix is more prone to releasing everything at once. And I think that that's going to backfire because I think a show like this would be really interesting. Like at the end of episode 1, we see like, let's say, you know, an assassin goes and talks to Nero, or we find out that Nero is the person that they're memory scanning or something like that. And then it would leave enough room for a week for everyone to like hypothesize, like, oh, are they going to go about it this way? Is this going to person's going to be involved? I just think that this show would benefit from a staggered release, but I think that it's going to be released as a whole season because that's what Netflix does most of the time.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to ruin any momentum the show could build. And it makes me worry about the popularity and success of the show. However, it sounds interesting and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's, you know, you bring, and just real quick to clarify too, when I was saying about the 7 months, it was the shooting is going to be done over 7 months. Wanted to make sure that's clarified. I agree with what you're saying, especially I hope they don't release this all together just as one thing, because I kind of think back to like a show like Game of Thrones, and I just remember like everyone foaming at the mouth every week, waiting. And that's where you build that momentum and stuff. If the show is good, by having people have to wait like week by week, that gets a conversation going between people that have seen it. Someone else overhears it. They go, wait, what show are you talking about? They're like, dude, you gotta watch it before the next episode comes out. I like, you know, versus if you can binge it, some people might just binge it in a day. And I feel like plot points that are supposed to be major, like critical, like, or events and stuff like that can get lost because you're watching so all of them happen. So you might be like, oh wait, yeah. And then I remember this was crazy that this happened. Like you have to kind of recall it versus someone when you're watching it weekly. It's like you remember the Red Wedding episode. Like, I mean, everyone remembers the Red Wedding, obviously, but like that was the talk when that episode dropped. That's all people talked about, you know, until the next big events happened. So,
and if you think about it, like the way that like people like if somebody binge watches the show, it's one conversation the next day. It's like, hey, you should check this out. I watched it. It's great. It's very fantastic. It's awesome. And then you never bring it up again. But if it's one episode at a time, it's a continuous conversation every week. Like, hey, dude, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, episode 3 just came out. It's really good. Like, it just changes the dynamic, you know?
100%. So I'm excited to see what they do here. Interesting, you're not a fan of the Assassin's Creed games. I know you like Dishonored. So, which is
Dishonored is so much more fun because you get magic powers. And
that's true. It's a little different. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, and it's first person. The assassinations feel cooler. Like
that's fair. Assassin's Creed, and my one buddy. It's one of his favorite game franchises. So he tells me all the time, he's like, he's like, this one sucks. This one's good. This one, like, he has opinions on all of them. He doesn't think they're all great, which I think is very true, but that's like most franchise. Usually all games can't be great. 14 installments is hard to make 14 great games, but super excited for that to be coming out. 2027 again, planned release date. And I'm about to roll in right to the next article.
Well, let's see what everyone has to say.
Oh, of course. My fault.
Let's see. John says, I never understood the binge model for every show releasing over weeks keeps people subscribed. Yeah, I think you're right. I think though Netflix does have a semi-staggered release schedule with some of their shows. Like, you know, sometimes like for Stranger Things, they'll drop like half a season and then they'll drop the other half like a month or two later. I'm not a fan of that either. But I think like with the Arcane show, they dropped 3 episodes like a week, and it was like you watch the 3, then the next 3, then the next 3. Like there are staggered releases that Netflix does, but a lot of times they just drop the fucking season on like
like don't, like I said, I'm trying to, like, even with when we reacted to Attack on Titan, which obviously you guys have not been able to see yet, don't worry,
not yet,
working on it. But with Attack on Titan, I remember when I first saw, because the finale split into 2 movies, and when I was watching the finale and it ended the first half, and it was like, stay tuned like for this date, because that's when I lost my mind. Like, oh my god, I can't wait. It's all I thought about. It's all I was waiting on. Staggers can work. Well, the other thing too, it's staggering though, whether it's like coupled, like a couple episodes at a time or week by week, is they got to make sure between seasons too, there's not too big of a gap if they're doing additional seasons, because that's what lost me on Stranger Things. I was waiting way too long, and by then I just didn't care. I was like, I don't know.
You forget about it. Like, whatever. Tariq says, second time's the charm. The movie didn't do so well. Let's hope it's good. I've only played Assassin's Creed Black Flag only because I like pirate ships.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one.
XF says, once a week for a streaming show is good for me. Builds up interest. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? It's not too long. Like you watch an episode and then you got things to do afterwards. And then before you know it,
1 hour, yeah.
It's back like the next
all of
week.
A sudden, you're like, oh shit, here it is again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Migsy says, will it be better than the movie with Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard? Now, I haven't even watched the movie, I'm not gonna lie, so I have no idea if it'll be better or not, but I'm interested in the plot. I think that the story they're going for, it would be so disappointing if they butchered it, because it sounds really interesting.
And you know what? I just think that most game adaptations just do better as shows, because usually, like, you got to think an average game is like 20 hours of playtime. You're going to jam 20 hours of like quests and story and stuff. And that's like a small, like, direct, you're following this path game. Like, you're going to condense that down to like 2.5 hour movie. You're dividing it by 10 in hours. That's tough to do successfully.
Yeah. All right. Well, Zay, what's the next topic we have on the list here?
All righty. Swinging on over to superhero land, if you would. This article comes from Deadline. We're talking with Robert. Well, we're not talking with Robert Pattinson unless he wants to come on the show sometime, because he's teasing that Batman Part 2 is taking some big swings. Currently, he's in the drama, which I believe also has Zendaya in it. I've seen a lot about that recently.
I've seen trailers.
Yeah, that's conversation for another time, but Batman Part 2 is coming. I don't know actually if they gave us a date, but it looks like Pattinson had told Deadline that he thinks the script is extraordinary, which Rob Pattinson's a great actor, and if he thinks it's extraordinary, then I hope it translates for sure. Actually, if we can want to pull up this quote from Deadline, this is from Colin Farrell on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, I believe. Says it's dense, it's really, really intelligent, it's so deep and detailed. I'm saying too much. I think he's going to make an extraordinary film. Again, Colin Farrell on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. I mean, the two people that are just already talking wonders about the script. And taking big swings is kind of interesting. Saying it's going to be different than the first one. I can't say that's necessarily a good thing, but I definitely can't say it's a bad thing. You know, sometimes change is what you need. I mean, we've talked about it on the show before. Superhero fatigue has occurred, I think, widespread relatively. There's still obviously people still enjoy the movies, but I think shaking up these styles and stuff. And I mean, I don't know what the swing is going to be for this, but we've seen Spider-Man Noir. That's like a completely different shift from what we're usually, you know, seeing from Spider-Man films. So now it looks like maybe they're taking notes on it. Maybe this is going to be another big installment. I'm excited. I thought that the first one was awesome. I thought it was a very, very fun movie to watch. I mean, Cam, when it comes to, well, one, I guess we don't know who. I'm trying to remember who was in the first one. Who was the villain in the first one? How am I drawing a blank on this?
The villain in the first one was the Riddler.
It was the Riddler. So I guess, is there anyone? I don't think they actually specifically said who's gonna be the main.
Yeah, we don't know the villain of the movie yet.
So is there anyone you would be excited to see in it, like a villain that you would like to see that maybe hasn't been done yet, or maybe get one redone? Also, interesting seeing Scarlett Johansson is also eyeing a new role in the sequel. So it looks like they're setting up something big here. Do you think, and what do you think this swing that they're making? You know, you think they're gonna like dive, I don't know, deeper into like, I don't know. They're saying it's going to be really deep and really dense and intelligent. Like what could they do here to make it where we're feeling like, wow, this is a deeper cut type of Batman? Like there's just extra to this, more than we've seen in previous installments.
It's a good question. I think it makes you just start wondering, what do they mean by big swing? Because I felt like the Batman, the first one that Matt Reeves did, was quite a big swing already, going way darker, way more gothic than ever before. Having this really gritty, raw, more realistic, like year one Batman type of situation. And it was very like, I don't want to say emo, but it was like very like emo, dark, rainy, I am the shadows. It was not like any of the other Batmans that ever
Yeah.
came out. And I really appreciated it. I believe it's my favorite Batman movie. It was very detective like. The Dark Knight is very good, but The Dark Knight is my favorite Joker movie because let's be honest, it's a Joker movie. It's not a Batman movie.
Just talked about this last night on stream. I think it was last night on stream. I'm like, yo, bro, the joke. I was like, there's just, oh God, because we were talking about Tom Holland stuff. Long story short, I'll get into it in one of our later articles where we actually bring up the topic. But I love that. That's the best Joker, in my opinion, that I've seen.
Right. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And I do know that there was a deleted scene of the first Batman where they did have him talking to the Joker in prison, played by Barry Keoghan. Now, I would be expecting him to be in this film one way or another. Is he the main villain? I don't know. The Penguin Show came out with Colin Farrell. That was brilliant. One of the best shows I've ever seen, ever. If you have not seen the Penguin Show, oh my gosh, you got to watch it.
So much good stuff about it.
Yeah. And so that show is obviously playing into Batman 2, but I don't think the Penguin is going to be the main villain of the show. So when they say big swings, it makes me wonder. A lot of people are speculating Sebastian Stan is going to be Two-Face, but can I tell you guys something? Okay. Two-Face, Joker, Penguin, these are all characters we've seen before in the Batman universe. I don't consider these big swings. I will be interested to see the type of versions that they have. Don't get me wrong, but I would be disappointed if these were the characters that resulted in a big swing. I don't think that is the case. However, it makes me wonder, okay? Matt Reeves set the tone for this universe, this Batman universe, to be very dark, but very realistic. Yeah. Everything in this movie, like the Riddler was like just a serial killer. Like he was literally like one of those masked serial killers. It wasn't like, ooh, I've got like all these riddles. Like,
right. It wasn't like silly. A PG silly. It was like real consequences, real life.
Right. And it felt like all these characters were real. Like it didn't feel like this is a universe that you could put someone like Poison Ivy in. Someone who has the power to alter flowers. It just doesn't seem like a world where powers exist, essentially. Like I could see a Bane here, Two-Face, Joker, Penguin, all these different non-powered villains. And if they wanted to do something like Poison Ivy, it might be some like scientist that can, that has like poison in her guns or something, but like not anything.
We're not gonna see like what's his name, the crocodile, or whatever his name.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna see some CGI'd AI creature. It's gonna be like a person that's fucked up.
I agree, because that's the universe, the tone they set. However, when I hear they're taking big swings, that makes me wonder, are they going more unrealistic? Are we gonna get someone like a Mr. Freeze, or are we gonna get someone, one of Batman's, who's another Batman villain? You know what I really fucking hope they do? Oh my gosh, they need to do this. If they don't do it for this one, they gotta do it for the third one. And these aren't like unrealistic villains. Do you know who the Court of Owls is? That storyline was so fucking good.
I don't know, and it's funny because I was just looking up because I was like, what are some other Batman villains with no powers? And so like gave me this Court of Owls at the bottom. They're like an organization, like a secret society.
Yeah. So there's a secret society in Gotham, and they have like, they're like this, like they're wealthy people. They kind of like wear like their owl masks and stuff, and they have like an assassin named Talon. And it's so insane because Batman is trying to find out more about this society, and like they trap him in this puzzle or something. I don't know. It was such a cool storyline.
You said they're rich and they're rich and they wear owl costumes.
Yeah.
It's the Illuminati. No, I'm playing.
Kinda
seems like it. Well, I don't want to. We're just kidding.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Illuminati's not real. I mean, we're just talking about a fictional thing.
Obviously, yeah.
But no, it would be really cool if they did that. However, I don't know if I could see that being a big swing.
This is a different type of like villain too. If they go for something like that, which is really cool.
And I could see it happening. However, I just wonder if they're going to go more unrealistic with a big swing, but I'd be nervous because, with a big swing, you could have a big miss.
Yeah.
Batman villains get wacky. Condiment King, King Tut, yeah, or Condiment Man, King Tut, yeah.
They do get a little silly.
I know, but I just don't know where they're going. But I am excited, and I do want to hear more about this film. We had such a blast. The Batman was our first movie reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, check out the article on Deadline. You can find out more about what they said about the whole situation. I trust it's going to be good though, because the first one was just so good.
I think, and I love just this style too, again, of Matt Reeves with this. So I love this. So I'm excited nonetheless.
All right, well, let's see what some of you guys have to say. Tariq says this could be great as long as they don't make the Joker the main villain again. I would like to see Mr. Freeze. You give him another shot, or somebody we have not seen. The Court of Owls. I agree. Yeah, that would be, I agree. Ultimately, I'm not picky. If the story's good, if we get another great Batman Joker story, fuck it. If we get a great Batman, Two-Face, or Penguin or whatever, like, hey, fuck it. If it's good, it's good. But I would be refreshing to see something different,
100%. I agree.
Let's see. John says Court of Owls would fit the vibe of the first movie. Yeah, absolutely. It would play into the idea of like this, there's things happening behind the scenes. Batman is a detective. He's got to figure it out. Shane says the Court of Owls run Gotham City for centuries. Yeah, they've been running the whole.
That'd be so sick.
It's crazy. Let's see. Rodney says Bane maybe could be Bane. Richard says I think Scarecrow would fit the feel of the movie.
I mean, yeah. 100%.
It would be interesting, but they did do Scarecrow in Batman Begins. He was like the main villain of that one, in the Christopher Nolan trilogy. But I think it's been enough time you could bring him back in a different way, in
like an even darker way. I think you could definitely bring him back.
Yeah.
I think that's the saving grace for Matt Reeves. Like that world that he created feels so different than the other ones that if he did decide to bring a villain back, I feel like you would be able to attach it, kind of like the Spider-Mans. Like, there's different vibes through each Spider-Man that we've seen. So
yeah. It would be interesting if they ever made like an absolute Batman movie. Do you know the absolute Batman stuff?
No.
It's fucking crazy. So it's a recent arc they're doing with Batman, it's like an Elseworld comic, like a different universe. Yeah. And absolute Batman, he's fucking gigantic. Like he's literally Bane size. And it takes place in a universe where Batman didn't grow up rich and he was like a blue collar worker.
Oh, I have heard of this. Okay.
He has this axe. I think he kills. And like all the villains are so creepy. Like absolute Joker is like just a demon. Like he's like an actual, like he looks like a demon. Yeah. Like the devil. Mr. Freeze looks like Slender Man. It's so creepy.
What the hell?
Absolute Bane. It's like the size of Hulk. It's fun. It's such a cool. Sick. Yeah. It's a really cool like universe that they're building with that. But they're not going to do that with the Batman, obviously. It would be interesting though one day. Okay. Next up on the list, as some of you guys know, we decided to release our Sinners reaction on the day of the Oscars where Michael B. Jordan won Best Picture. Now, we do have an article. It's from The Hollywood Reporter. We are not going to pull up any like quotes or anything from it. You can check it out if you want, but we are using it kind of as a source to go through some of the results of the Oscars, the winners of certain things, and we're just kind of give a review, our thoughts on it, and hear what you guys have to say. So let's see. We're going to pull that up. I'm going to pull that up now. We can kind of go over some of it.
Yeah, the funniest shit was someone just commented recently. They go, yeah, I would take a break hiatus too, a week hiatus too, if I saw my Sinners comment section like that. I was like, first off, the break was last week, so it's not even accurate. Like, you're wrong. Like, you're just wrong already. Like, that post is from a week ago.
That, what's funny is that, like, this is one of those few reactions where, like, every now and then we'll post a reaction that has a little bit of controversy in the comments. However, this is a weird reaction where most of it is like genuinely positive, but like people are talking about things like, oh, based off of the comments, I don't want to watch this reaction. What fucking comments are you talking about? There's like 4 comments out of all of the comments that are like negative. I don't understand.
And they all, well, it's a little, it's like little echo chamber sex. So like, there's one person will comment something, then they'll get like 3 replies to like it, or like I agree. Like that's what, like there's like little echo chambers like every once in a while. But like, listen, I said this shit on stream last night. I understand there's history based around Sinners. It's fantastic. First off, the amount of people trying to educate me about music aspect of it, when I've mentioned how jazz music was like the catalyst for most American genres in general, is insanity. I already knew all that. But the amount of people are like, you didn't know about the Delta? It's like, dude, I went to school in upstate New York. Our education is trash where we went to high school and middle school. So no, I didn't know about, I mean, I was aware of it, but also I get what people are saying, like the history aspect of it. They're like, it's based in there's a lot of historical aspects to it, obviously, but it still has a twist of being a vampire movie. That is the part that takes me out of the historical aspect. So I'm not thinking about the history because I'm watching this. I'm going, oh yeah, they're in the South. There's vampires. So like, I'm not really like, I'm not watching 12 Years a Slave. I'm watching Sinners. There's 2 different styles. I got their panties in a twist.
Get it out, Zay. I understand. Also, you know what I really don't understand? You know, if we're just gonna get it all out now, listen, everybody. And I'm sorry, but like, if we're having like a fucking educational debate on fucking history based off of the film, these comments make a little bit more sense.
Right.
Neither of us have claimed to be historians, okay?
No.
We've never made the claim to be educated on the matter. We've never made the claim to be experts on the matter. We've never even made the claim to know a little bit about the matter. We just say, hey, we haven't seen this movie before. We're going to watch the movie and we're going to talk about it. And like, it is what it is. Don't get your pants in a fiddle if we fucking don't know something that you know. Guess what? That makes sense. We're different than you. We have a different education than you. We don't claim to be geniuses. We don't claim to be historians. We don't claim to be giving accurate information on everything we talk about when watching the movie. We just react to it as 27-year-old guys. Okay, that's it. It's not deeper than that.
Some people are nice though in the comments, like, oh, like they explain it, like, well, this is why this, that, oh, this was the Delta, that. And then you have people that comment certain shit. I'm just like, you motherfucker, like, you smug bastard, shut up. I'm like, oh my god, great film though, by the way, great film.
Which was a fantastic time. I don't know why
Cam also got told that he was being disrespectful for yawning during one of our reactions. So,
dude, I'll never get over that shit.
That is the craziest.
So
some of y'all are funny, man. Some of y'all have real funny comments.
We got a comment that was like, I shouldn't have let it get to me, but I was like, what? Like, we got a comment that literally said, wow, that was so disrespectful that you yawned during the reaction to the movie. I'm sorry, motherfucker. I don't control my yawning. We don't even know why we yawn.
Yeah, we don't even know why.
I'm just watching a fucking movie. You don't know if I've had a long day. It was a yawn. That doesn't mean I'm fucking bored of the movie. Mike, dude, when I saw that, I was like, what are we dealing with?
Sometimes they're just so funny. Like, they're not even, like, I can't even get mad. Like, that one's hilarious. When you told me that, I was like, what? Like, are you insane?
I don't know. Anyways, so everybody, the Oscars, the 98th Oscars. So it is interesting that in the 2 years we are going to witness the 100th Oscars. They got to go fucking crazy for this shit.
Oh yeah, I wonder what it'll be. Probably a cool ceremony.
One battle after another. One Best Picture. I haven't seen the movie. I've wanted to see the movie so bad. But it's 3 hours long. Time is money, and I don't have a lot of time in the world right now. But man, I really want to watch that movie. Sean Penn apparently won Best Supporting Actor for the movie. And he wasn't even at the ceremony.
Wow.
Let's see. It also won Best Oscar for Best Film Editing. So that's awesome. I wanted to bring it up because it was Best Picture, but I haven't seen it. So let's talk about some of the things we have seen.
I will say, beat out some other heavy hitters that, from what I've heard, Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. So it was stiff competition.
And apparently one battle after another, and Sinners are both Warner Brothers movies. So Warner Brothers really shined tonight. Or that night. Sinners took home 4 Oscars. Michael B. Jordan's Best Actor. Ryan Coogler got Best Original Screenplay. Best Original Score for Ludwig, who did it for the movie, and Best Cinematography for Autumn, who became the first woman to ever win the award. So that's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I say something too about the Sinners piece? Because I saw an article and I was like, yo, how disrespectful could you be? It was an article that basically the title of it was Sinners made Oscars history, but not in the way you'd expect, because they got nominated for 16, but only won 4. So they set the record for technically, I guess, most losses in a night. I was like, how is that what you're focusing on in art? Like, that's just D1 hating. If like, they won 4 Oscars.
Yeah, they won a fourth of their record nominations. Like, that's crazy. Again,
they lost only to like one battle after another was like the biggest contender to it. We've had 6. Like, that's crazy.
Let's see. Amy Madigan won Best Supporting Actress for her role in Weapons. That's awesome. If you've not seen that movie,
that's a horror. That's crazy. Like that horror movie, right? It's like a weird.
It's crazy. My wife and I
write it down for Tina to watch.
Oh my gosh, it's fucking crazy. Oh, you guys have to watch it if you haven't seen it.
Weapons, okay.
It's terrifying. And then I haven't seen Hamnet. That got some awards. Apparently, Best Actress for Hamnet. Jessie Buckley got that. I've heard great things about the movie. Chloe Zhao directed it, I believe. I could be wrong.
But you said Hamnet?
Hamnet, yeah.
Drama. It's a history drama. Oh, William Shakespeare and his wife. Oh, interesting. Okay,
yeah,
that's an
interesting
get this.
Film. Yeah. K-pop Demon Hunters won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, and their song "Golden" was the first K-pop song to ever win an Oscar for the Best Original Song. Guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters, watch it. Okay, it's really good. I don't know. A lot of people say, I don't know if I should admit this. I don't know if I should admit this, but the song is so good. I listen to it in the car every day. Not every day, but I play these songs still. It hasn't gotten too old. It was as popular as like Let It Go was, or damn near close to it, I imagine. It's a good movie. It's short. The animation is so unique. And I think it got greenlit for a sequel. I'm not entirely sure.
You know, I mean, I don't know if you'll recognize her off the name, but one of the women in the movie, actress, she played the host or the interviewer host, I guess. And I haven't seen the movie, but Liza Koshy, she used to be a Vine. I don't know if you remember her, but she was on Vine. She was like one of those super big Vine people with like all them. She's the interviewer / host person in the film, apparently. There's like of
K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah, of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
which is crazy seeing these Vine people and TikTokers like transition to film. Very good. Good for y'all.
Yeah.
Good for y'all.
Yeah, it's a great time. Now, listen, I will tell you this. It's not like deep or extraordinary of a film. K-pop Demon Hunters is a fun, animated, song-filled, heart-filled, relatable adventure. That's what it is. It's very relatable. It's funny. It's really like Spider-Verse level type of animation.
Really?
It's great. And Golden is such a good song. I
have it because of Grimbo suggested on my stream one time, and I listened to it while I was playing. I was like, add that. So it pops up in my feed all the time when I'm watching stuff or playing.
It's great, but it's even better with the context of the movie. It's a lot like Let It Go. Like Let It Go is a great song, but it's even better with the context of the movie.
Interesting.
So I recommend that. Zay, you want to go through some of the other winners and nominations and all that?
Let's see. Let's scroll through here. Talk about Best Picture. Oh, Best Director, Paul Thomas Anderson, winner for that.
What, for One Battle After Another?
Yeah, for One Battle After Another, of course. Were you gonna say something else on it?
No, I thought he was the director for something else. But yeah.
Oh, no. Michael B. Jordan taking home Best Actor. I think he had a hell of a role. He went up against Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, and Wagner Moura. So that was stiff competition again.
But you know what? You know what I think got his back?
Yeah.
He played two fucking people in the movie, and they were both Oscar-worthy performances. He like doubled his odds, I feel like.
No, yeah, he killed it. I mean, he did well. I want to see the other ones as well, just to kind of get a grasp and be like, okay, I see why Sinners won what it won, why One Battle for Another one. I don't know if we did this one. Best Adapted Screenplay, that went to Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. Best Original, though, went to Sinners, Ryan Coogler, which is fantastic. It just, oh, wait, no, Best Animated Feature. Yeah, we did that one. I'm trying to think if there's any other super big ones. Oh, there was the Best Documentary Feature. So this is an interesting one that I don't think I really paid much attention to, but Mr. Nobody Against Putin, which is interesting. That sounds very interesting to watch.
What won that?
That's a Best Documentary Feature.
Oh.
It's Mr. Nobody Against Putin. And so the other documentary features that were in this was The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, and then The Perfect Neighbor. And so that's an interesting category, because now I want to look at those documentaries and I want to see what exactly, because some of those titles are interesting. I want to know, especially the Mr. Nobody Against Putin. What is that about? That's got to be super interesting, I feel like. I mean, if anyone in the comments knows anything about it, feel free to drop like just a little snippet. Best Cinematography, Sinners. I mean, God, wow, they really did this trade back and forth. Have you seen the new Frankenstein that got nominated? I think it won like 3 awards.
I have. You know what? Nat and I, we started watching it, and it was really good, but we got tired, and when we went to bed, and we never picked it back up again. But it was good from what we had seen. I just don't know why we didn't get back into it.
They got Best Costume Design for that as well, and then maybe like one more. Oh, and they got Best Makeup and Hairstyling. So they're clearly doing something very well in regards to the Frankenstein films. And then Best Original Score with Sinners again. I mean, yeah, there's this, obviously there's a lot of repeats in this because, Sinners, One Battle After Another, and Frankenstein went crazy. They won a bunch of the awards just between oh my God. Yeah, they cleaned house, right? Because how many even awards are there? They covered 13 of them.
Just a lot.
3. So, I mean, Best Sound was F1. And I've heard a lot of things about F1. And I'm interested to watch that for Best Sound, because that means the sound, they must be incredible. Obviously, it's in regards to racing. But I would be so curious to see, because, Best Sound, like, I guess, I'm trying to think. Like, if a war movie wins Best Sound, like, you got to think of all the sound design that's being involved in it. The sounds of the weapons, the explosions, everything has to be, like, when I think of F1, I'm like, well, it's race cars, right? So, like, you can kind of get a couple sounds down. Like, how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like it's, like, such an interesting movie to win it. But clearly, they must have done really, really well with it. So, I wish we had seen more of the films that got nominated, because I feel like we could get even, like, I feel like then we could even debate on, like, what ones we think should have won shit. But
yeah. And of course, Avatar Fire and Ash won Best Visual Effects. That makes sense. I mean, that was a no-brainer. Like,
all right, come on. We'll see how the next, they have 2 more that they have to do at least?
Yeah. Could you imagine, like, you made a great movie and you're like, this is such a nomination for Best Visual Effects. This could win. You make a movie, and then, like, later you find out, like, wait, the next Avatar is coming out this year. Are you fucking kidding? Like,
take mine back. Take mine back. We'll release it next year.
Release it next year. All right. What are your guys' thoughts about the Oscars? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? What did you think about our center's reaction that we both did on the same day? Did you watch that? Did you enjoy it? Let's see. John says some of the tech awards are like an honorable mention for best picture losers.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm just not gonna necessarily agree, but I can see where you would say that 100%.
John also said that this year is Paul Thomas Anderson's first Oscar wins after almost 30 years of nominations. That just blows my mind.
Wow, good for him. What then? Really good for him.
My mind. He says Sigourney Weaver presented the Oscar to Avatar by coincidence. I don't know. Let's see. Shane says The Perfect Neighbor won Best Makeup, Costume Design, Best Production Design. Richard K says, I saw Jessie Buckley many years ago when she was 17 and took part in a BBC talent show to find the Nancy and Oliver. She came second. Oh, okay. Lonnie says, I haven't seen any of the Best Pick nominees, but I am heading to the theater this weekend to see Project Hail Mary. Really outstanding reviews of the book. I know nothing about the book. I know nothing about the movie. I know everybody loves the movie and everybody loves the book. And
I have two coworkers that I play games with every Friday. One sits behind me, one sits to the right of me. The one to the right of me had already read the book and was flipping out when the movie was coming out. The one behind me wanted to see it because he loves shit like Interstellar and stuff. I'm pretty sure Project Hail Mary is like a space. Is it space involved?
Something. Dude, I know nothing more than
space involved. If it's not, he must have explained it well enough to my coworker that sits behind me, because my coworker borrowed the book off him, read it, and they're going to see it this Sunday. He literally just finished the book and they're going to see it. So I've heard, and David saw it actually from my stream. He loved it. He said Ryan Gosling.
I'm tempted to go watch it in the theater tonight if I can. I don't know. Honestly, it sounds like it's great. I don't know when it comes out, but
he said Ryan Gosling put on a performance.
Wow.
So yeah. So I don't know.
Maybe that'll be for the Oscars of this year. We'll have to see. All right, everybody. Let's move on to the next topic. This one is interesting. You know, one of the things that we kind of do a lot on our show here is we have topics that tend to kind of circle around and come back in some way, shape, or form. Earlier this episode, we talked about a video game adaptation. Video game adaptations has been a common trend among our live streams here of going through of these episodes, if you saw that right. Another common trend has been AI in the industry. And we are about to reach something that I think is starting to be a little earlier than expected. And I don't know how I feel about it. And then also, I don't know how much it matters that I feel about it.
Oh.
In this article is from Variety. You guys can check it out. I believe it was an exclusive, so check out the link in the description. Apparently, they are bringing Val Kilmer back from the dead using AI for this new movie that's coming out, I guess. The movie was the name of the movie is, hold on, it's a little bit lost upon me.
The name of the movie is As Deep as the Grave, but
As Deep as the Grave. Okay.
Yeah, there was it was originally titled Canyon of the Dead.
Okay. And so, you know, it is about like a Catholic priest or Native American spiritualist, some kind of mix. That's who Val Kilmer is in the movie. I don't know if it's about him, but that's who he is in the movie. Now, you guys can check out the article. I believe they talk about how Val Kilmer was like really into this stuff, really liked this kind of stuff. And the director really wanted to bring him back. They don't have all the budget in the world. They tried to kind of go about it without him, but they think it's his character is crucial. He didn't really make it to set all that much or at all, I believe, because of his issues, his medical issues. But his family was all on board for this. They thought that this is something that Val Kilmer would want. I think Val Kilmer kind of was embracing technology. He apparently used AI for his role in Top Gun Maverick, to help with his voice. It's really interesting stuff. They go deeper into it. The main takeaways in terms of what I'm going to talk about is his family approved it. The director really wanted to do it. Everybody is saying apparently Val Kilmer would have wanted it to happen. And here's the weird part. Okay. Even if Val Kilmer said in writing it was okay, and even if the family said it was okay, and if they're being paid out and everything is done ethically, and the director, says it's okay and wants to do it, and let's say all the paperwork shows that, these people all consented to it, even Val Kilmer before his death, which I'm not saying is what necessarily happened. I don't know if he did particularly sign anything or consent to that. It seems to be more of like this is what he would have wanted type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
However, even with all of those ducks in a row, I still don't know if I think that this is right. I don't know if I would approve of this.
Okay. Okay, go on.
Because it's me versus everyone, including the man himself, potentially, who would be okay with this. I think this is crossing a line that, and even the director says he knows it'll bring up controversy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is crossing a line that I don't think I'm on board with or I approve of. I think that number one, if you know it when you're watching the movie, it'll affect your perspective on the movie. I think you'll know, like, this isn't anybody. This is an AI recreation. I wasn't a fan of it when they did something similar for Paul Walker. I wasn't a fan of it when they did something similar for Princess Leia, Carrie.
Oh, yeah.
That actress.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm a fan of it now, even though everyone else is cool with it. I just feel like it's uncanny. I think it's creepy. I think you're not hiding everything. Everyone knows that this is an AI recreation of a dead man. I think it lacks soul. I feel like I don't want to say it's playing God. It's not playing God, but you're messing with the dead now, like you're messing with the dead. Even if the dead would have approved, you're messing with it. And I think there's just something unnatural about it that really irks me. I think it's like, it's kind of similar of like designer babies, like imagine like we get so good in genetics where people can pick their children's hair color and their eye color and stuff. There's just something like off and wrong about it. And I don't know if I can really pinpoint what that is. But there's something about me that just doesn't agree or approve or would be even enticed to watch it. I think and then it brings up other questions. Like, if the AI performance was so good, would Val Kilmer win an Oscar? Does he even deserve to if it's AI? I mean, it's just
I think
it's a no from me.
I think the AI portion would automatically put it away from being able to be best actor. Just my opinion.
What about best picture?
Like
what about best supporting?
I think anything that in regards to acting, I don't think an AI would be qualified for. If if it's best sound or best picture, it's like best picture what? I mean, there's more to the picture than just Val Kilmer in it, right? It's the whole ensemble. Yes, he's a part of it, but I get what you're saying with the acting part. You can't do acting or supporting actors. Acting, why? Because that AI would be able to, and AI is strong. I just read another article that freaked me out about AI recently. AI is getting stronger and stronger, and it would be unfair because an AI could or like could reflect an emotion deeper, may possibly. I mean, I don't know. There's a human aspect to it.
Well,
But
look, what if it, well, let me ask you this. What if it genuinely, truly, by far and away is the best performance of the year?
I'm sorry, but it's not the human. You then start to, then you know what? If they start doing AIs, they have to add an AI category. Please don't do that. Now, interesting take on this that you have. And
Mhm.
I'm opposite of you
Okay.
in regards to this, because as kind of they said it in the article, I agree with this sentiment. This is the most ethical use of an AI you're going to get. I think if it's in regards to having an actor or actress being filmed or being part of a film when they're no longer with us or maybe incapable of doing the role. Now, I think we're also in a very special situation with this one here. Again, you know, this is focused on the Southwest, Native Americans. Val Kilmer had Native American heritage. He loved the Southwest. Like, there is all these ducks in a row, and I can get what you're saying. We're like, yeah, all the ducks are in a row, but it's kind of creepy. And I agree. I think it is kind of creepy, right? It is kind of weird to see Val Kilmer in a film knowing he's passed and knowing it's AI. However, I think that with the love that Val Kilmer had and like the devotion it seemed he had to wanting to be a part of this film, I feel like I can turn somewhat of a blind eye to the fact that he, you know, they are using AI to regenerate and bring him back in and stuff. I didn't even know about the Top Gun Maverick. I mean, to put it into perspective, I mean, Top Gun Maverick, he invested into Sonatic to make a AI powered voice thing to put his voice in Top Gun Maverick. Does it take like, now thinking about that, okay, does that take away from Top Gun Maverick from you? Because if he's acting but he's not really speaking, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he was already
I don't
doing.
think, yeah, but I don't think see, that's a situation where I don't think you're crossing the line because you're not messing with the dead. You
but
know, like,
I guess if the dead is like the person that's saying, no, like, I really, really wanted to make this film, I really couldn't, they could have recasted. But I think also, you know, it's hard too. You're going to talk to the the family, the daughters were supportive of it. It's a very sticky situation. I agree. You are messing with the dead. But fuck, part of it's like, man, if you recast it, it's like, that's tough. That's tough to do. And that's tough to like go to the family and be like, I know your dad was really invested in this project, but you know, I mean, I guess it's how your moral compass is. I don't know. Like, it's such a sticky situation. I'm not, it's just not the worst thing that I could have pictured with AI. When I read it, I was like, okay. I'm like, again, I'm not gonna say this is the worst thing in the world. There could be a lot worse uses. We've seen worse uses of AI already. At the very least, you have someone that was like wanted to kind of make this film, it seemed like by any means necessary, and would probably have been the most open person we've seen to using an AI likeness, since he's already, I know it's not the same thing necessarily, but if he was willing to invest in just to get his voice out there. And the other thing was like the main character has tuberculosis, which kind of
mhm.
mirrors his. There was just a lot of stuff that aligned in a way where I felt if we're going to go down a path where AI is allowed to replicate actors. And see, it's hard. I think you're picking people that are like past the AI stage, like they died before it. Do not, absolutely do not. That is like for real playing with the dead to me, because
Yeah.
that's someone that didn't even know the shit was possible, and you're pulling
Right.
them back. He at
Right.
least had an idea of what was the technology that was being developed, so doesn't it doesn't make me as upset. I don't know. I mean, and also listen, I love rest in peace. Val Kilmer and what we see him in was awesome. You know, I'm mixed on seeing this. I want to see it to see also how advanced is this AI? How good is it really? Because it's disrespectful if you put it out and the AI is trash. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I can watch it and be like, oh, okay. Or if I could like put somebody that doesn't know it's an AI Val Kilmer and they watch it and be like, what'd you think
Well,
of
like,
that?
here's the thing too, is like, there's just, I feel like you're lacking so much consent, even with consent. Like, if he consents, like, yeah, I want my name to be on this, I want to do AI, I want you guys to do all of this, you still can't get his consent on like the finished product. What if that's not the direction he wanted his performance to go? What if they include lines he did? I mean, there's just so many things that you can't,
That's true.
like, that you're gonna have to make decisions on without his consent. And I think that's where it gets a little creepy. even according to Variety, Cuerte Voorhees, I believe it was the director, said he really thought it was an important story that he wanted his name on. It was that support that gave me the confidence to say, okay, let's do it. Despite the fact that some people might call it controversial, this is what Val wanted. And I understand that this is what Val might have wanted, but we don't know what Val would have wanted because he's never seen the finished product. He doesn't know where the story is going to go as a whole in terms of a performance, in terms of how it turns out. I don't look, nobody can speak for him besides him, his family, and all of that. So I'm not even speaking from a matter of like, I know what's best for Val. I have no fucking idea what's best for Val, but I will tell you this. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't agree with this.
Well, I mean, you had to have at least some semblance of where it's going. I mean, this film's been being made for 6 years. He only died last year.
Right. I'm sure he knows where the story's going, but he doesn't know where the quality is going.
I mean, because he never made it to set. But I guess like what you're saying, like with the lines stuff, like he's at least probably had gotten to see the screenplay and gotten to read through it and understand. I guess, but I get what you're saying. The production necessarily, he's not going to be able to say, "Hey, hold on, I don't like how that was done," which is a fair point. So I mean, this is. I'm interested to see what people say in the comments. This is a hard one. This is a hard one, but probably this is the first one I think Cam and I've been pretty opposite on too.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. And you know what? Mine just comes from some weird inner intuition.
I don't think it's weird though. I think it's 100% a fair point. I'm sure people in the comments share the same sentiment. I think this is where we're going to see this is going to be a big split, and seeing people's opinions on it. I would love to see both sides, like as people expand on the, ethicalness, ethics behind it, et cetera, et cetera. So,
all right, well, let's see what some of you guys have to say in the comments. James Grant says, I think if he and his family are behind it, maybe it's fine. The PDX Pug says, totally agree. It's different if it's something they were involved in prior to their death, but this is something he was involved in prior to his death. That's
no, I think because I think it's in response to when I was saying, like, if it's someone that like has never been able to even that didn't even know, like, do not pull some of these people back from the dead. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. John says, you don't want filmmakers to use AI versus hiring actors, but special occasion use is okay. If Val Kilmer wasn't involved in the project when he was alive, I would have more issues. Okay, fair. It's Rodney says, I can see using AI to finish a movie if they pass during making it. I agree. However, it's happened in the past and I've not liked it. I've not liked the Princess Leia version. I've not liked the Paul Walker version. I don't think I'm looking at a human. I don't buy it. I don't buy the performance. I don't buy the emotion behind the scenes. I don't buy it. No part of me. I feel like I'm looking at like a robot or a backrooms monster. Like it doesn't hit me as a mimic. It looks like an alien. Like I don't buy it at all.
It's tough. This is gonna be testing the waters for sure.
Rodney says, you never know. They might eventually replace all actors with AI. I don't even know if I'll watch movies at that point.
Oh my God, no. Fuck no. If there's plenty of movies we haven't gotten to see.
Star-Lord says, I'm not about to have no AI, baby. What am I going to name him? Gemini?
Oh God. Dude, AI is getting creepy, man. Canada, like some CEO of this AI company in Canada basically made a statement to their government, like, we need to be the pioneers of starting to like put limitations on this, because AI is now like, fucking dude. What? I saw a picture. This guy asked ChatGPT or something to do something for him, and it was like a code, and it put it out in string, and he goes, why did you put that in string? Can you correct this, please? And it goes, sorry, I just wanted to test your intelligence. Please see the correction below. You wanted to test my intelligence? And like, there's like AI now, like pressuring, like if someone's like having it write something for it, there's AI that like goes, like talks back, like they'll be like, oh my God, it's ridiculous. Dude, it's insane. AI is getting like way too advanced right now.
AI is so fucking weird because like you'll be like, "Hey AI, can you tell me why this is happening?" And it'll be like, "Sure, this is happening because of a state of events." Da, 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 da." And you'll be like, that doesn't sound right. And it'll be like, "You're totally right. I was wrong." And you're just like, "Wait a second, what the
Dude,
fuck?"
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's starting to gaslight people. It's starting to.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
told
like,
you they have like a whole like Reddit for just AI agents because those are the ones that are doing this shit.
after the
And
first ounce of pressure, it's like,
dude,
yeah,
they
okay.
literally, bro, there was one apparently. Oh my God, there was one that the person asked it to do a specific task, and on the side, it decided to start Bitcoin mining. It wrote code for Bitcoin mining for itself. Like I'm telling you, the shit. We got to put barriers up because it's getting too fast. It's getting too good. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Antoinette says Val's my favorite actor. I'm not watching it, but I doubt if he left a ton of money for his kids, so I get it.
That's
Look,
an interesting take.
It's an interesting take. Be fair, I'm not going to accuse his kids of approving it and saying he would have wanted it because they're going to get paid from his performance. I understand that idea, but I don't want to accuse anybody of something so heinous. If that was the motive. But if it is the motive, shame. Let's see. John says, yeah, so far all the AI they've been using has been bad. I agree with that. Let's see. Tariq says, I'm not a big fan on AI at all, but when they try to bring people back from the dead, that crosses the line. It's just wrong. Like seeing AI video of Kobe just feels wrong.
100%.
I agree that there is an obvious line there, but this situation is so more gray, because the guy involved is totally down for it. Everybody is
He's invested in AI company.
It's such a more blurry line, but I really feel like I don't care what he even would have wanted. I feel like it still crosses a line for me that I don't think we should be doing as a society. However, what the fuck? I don't have any jurisdiction power, so it is what it is.
But to touch on that too, what Therese said too, like the difference is like, right, Kobe was never, his knowledge of AI was probably very slim to none versus, that's where that's why we're saying it's like a little bit different. Like you can't bringing back people from the dead just feels wrong in general, but it definitely feels even worse if someone is doing AI videos of Prince. It'd be like, bro, what? Like,
who had no
idea. Michael Jackson, like people that had no idea about the capabilities of this shit, and now it's like, okay, that's weird and it's odd.
Yeah,
those ones feel worse.
But that's the thing is those are more obvious cases where I feel like most people can agree upon. This particular article
is going to be gray
interest because of how controversial and gray it is. Well, you know what's not gray? The colors red and blue. And you know what dons the colors red and blue?
Ooh, I'm excited.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
No Spooderman? No Spider Pig? Wow.
No Spider Pig. But everybody, we got a trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I am so hyped for this movie, but let me tell you something. If you guys don't give a shit about superhero movies, if you don't give a shit about Spider-Man movies, if you don't give a crap about Marvel or anything of the like, you're still going to want to be here for this article because this transcends just superhero movies. This is a record-breaking situation. Let's get into it, everybody. Oh, but first, Rodney Joyce with a $20 super chat has nothing to say. Just wants to show his support, Rodney. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Let's get into the final topic, everybody. Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer released, and the Variety article is the Val Kilmer thing. This article comes from Deadline. Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer has released, and we'll talk about our thoughts on it, and we'll want to hear your guys' thoughts on the trailer as well, if you're excited, if you don't care, all that kind of stuff. But what we're going to talk about more specifically right now is the record-breaking release that this trailer had. Spider-Man Brand New Day is officially, by far and beyond, the highest viewed, if I understand correctly, trailer within 24 hours of being released.
In movie history. Most viewed trailer in movie history.
Here's the crazier thing. It transcends that. It's not just in movie history. According to Deadline, the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer also surpassed the 24-hour record set by Grand Theft Auto 6 at 475 million views, which was previously billed as the biggest video launch of all time upon its 2025 release. Again, from Deadline.
Surpassed it. Shit on it. It almost doubled it.
Almost doubled. Not only is it the most viewed trailer of all time in movie history, it dwarfs the biggest video launch of all time, being the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer at 475 million views. Spider-Man Brand New Day is in the 700-something million views. People are excited for this. Yeah. And you know, it just goes to show how popular this character is, because we're getting Spider-Man movies left and right all the time. We're getting Into the Spider-Verse. We're getting Venom movies. We're getting the No Way Home just 4 years ago. We're getting Andrew Garfield movies earlier than that. Tobey Maguire. I mean, we've had so many Spider-Man movies, over 10 or 11, and they do come out frequently, and they keep coming out. And yet this one somehow topped them all. The trailer, absolutely loved it. I thought it was very interesting. I think it's interesting the direction they're going with the whole Peter Parker's like mutating into a spider or something, where he's got like organic webbing now. His eyes go black.
People are thinking it's man spider. People are thinking it's supposed to be man
spider. I don't know
if
he'll go that far. I think it's an homage. I think it's gonna get close. Like, I think he'll start getting fur, and then they'll give him a shot or something. I don't know. But either way, maybe he evolves into something crazier. I mean, there's a line in it saying that like spiders have cycles, and when they go through their cycle and they survive, it's something of a rebirth. And you know, I found it to be so interesting. Can we just talk about how the fact that there's fucking ninjas in it? Spider-Man and ninjas?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, fuck yeah. Then we've also got Bruce Banner, Hulk, Punisher is in it. And I was always worried about this. I was like, how are they going to bring Punisher in a Spider-Man movie? That motherfucker swears non-stop. And I loved what they did, because in the trailer, he goes, mother, and then Spider-Man like zips his mouth, like webs his mouth and goes, go home. like they're able to keep the character's essence. So love the trailer. Super interested. I'm so excited to see where this goes. I don't know if this will be a whole new trilogy or if this is kind of like a final cap on everything. It's leading into the new Avengers movie. I don't know if he'll be in that one or if he'll be in the one next year. But I'm excited for it. But even if you're not excited for it, man, you guys have to understand that this dwarfed the previous big build as the biggest video launch of all time with Grand Theft Auto 6, with over 700 million views in its first 24-hour release. Is this a predictor on the box office? I don't know. No Way Home, which had Doc Ock in it, that was insane. People speculated Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield was going to be in it. Eventually they were. The trailer itself got like 300 or 400 something million views in its first 24 hours. And that movie damn near hit $2 billion in the box office. So are all these views representative of where this movie might go in the box office? Is it just, you know, everyone's been waiting to see Spider-Man again? I'm really curious, because there's nothing about this initially that would make me think it would be the most viewed trailer of all time. It was fantastic. It's Spider-Man. Everyone's excited for it. Is the fact that Avengers is coming out this year, is that play into the hype about it? But No Way Home was such an event. Everyone speculated. It was so insane. I would understand if that one became the most viewed of all time, but it didn't. Or it isn't. It's this one. And this one's interesting and cool and unique and has fun stuff. But I'm wondering what the hype is about it. Is it just riding off the back of No Way Home? But still this many views? Zay, what are your thoughts about this trailer release. Were you excited? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy the trailer? How do you feel about the record-breaking news about the trailer? What are your thoughts?
No, I think with this trailer, I'll say this with the record breaking. I think it's not that it's riding the coattails of No Way Home, but I think No Way Home left us with like oh shit, like everyone forgot who he was. Spoiler, sorry, but so
It's been
like
4 years. If you haven't seen
so if you haven't seen it, then that's your problem. So I think it left us with a oh my god ending that people are like, yes, like what is this gonna be? And there, you know what's crazy is there was several. It's interesting. There was several like confirmed villains in it, like Scorpion and Tarantula. I guess they're in Boomerang. I think are like 3 there in the Hand. Is that what they're called? The
Hand or the ninjas.
The ninjas.
The ninjas. Yeah. As far as I'm aware.
I also think that this is going to be an interesting installment because I was having this conversation last night where I was talking about the different Spider-Mans and like the different flavors of Spider-Mans. You've had like Tobey Maguire's was very dark. Andrew Garfield's felt like it was kind of in between, still had some dark parts in it. But I've always said that Tom Holland's my favorite one because he felt the most like Spider-Man because Spider-Man's supposed to be kind of he's supposed to be a kid basically that's thrown into these situations. And after seeing him through all these different Marvel installments, this one felt like we were getting like it's going to get like a way more deep, darker Tom Holland performance because of the situation he's in and everything that's going on. I think the choice of Brand New Day is a very good choice because like you said, the lines about, you know, how spiders go through life cycles and it looks like he's kind of going through this cycle, whether he becomes the man spider, whether they stop it early, whatever the case. I know that people were going nuts also debating about the organic webbing because some people were like, well, we don't know that it was his organic webbing, but then we're like, well, it was like, who else makes that sound when they shoot their webs? Like, you know, I'm like, that's the Spider-Man organic webbing sound.
Well, also he fell naked with
cocoon,
he had no wrist shooters on and he shot and saved himself. What else would that be?
So some people were thinking someone else. It's like a whole, people are, some people are thinking there was someone else involved. We still don't know who Sadie Sink's character is. I think that this trailer deserved all the hype it got. I think that this hype behind it is not just some like one-off, is not just some, I mean, again, you're talking double what No Way Home got. You're talking 300 plus more million views than the largest video premiere, which was GTA 6. And people still talk about GTA 6 to this day. So I don't think that this is just some one-off or some like luck or like, oh, it's just because Marvel's like releasing a lot of stuff. I think this is genuine like want and readiness for this. And it releases July 31st. I'm excited. When I saw this trailer come across my feed before you even before I texted you about it, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, this trailer looks awesome. Like, whoa. Not saying I haven't seen we've seen some great trailers from, you know, Marvel space, superhero space, but this one with me, I was just like, there was something about it. I'm like, damn, like this movie looks like it has potential. Now, you always got to be prepared for disappointment. So I'm very excited for this. I'm hoping it lives up to it, to the hype that it's getting. But
they got Jackie Chan's stunt team involved with this movie.
I mean, you know, and Tom Holland's a freak athlete. So so I think we're going to get to see some insane fight sequences, probably get some little catch up like on him through what's happened since from No Way Home. But this film, dude, deserves, I think it deserves the hype from the trailer, and I'm hoping it lives up to it. Again, I mean, he's also my favorite Spider-Man, so I'm always gonna be hyped for it. But Cam, so good. It looks so good. And the story looks very cool because these are all villains that I'm not even really familiar with. I know nothing about Scorpion, Tarantula, Boomerang, The Hand, nothing about them. I know zero.
I will tell you that I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say that Boomerang and Tarantula are going to be in like 3 seconds of the movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
They're actually in shots in the trailer. The shots that each of those characters are in are on covers of comic books. So
really?
I'm guessing because this movie takes place 4 years after No Way Home. I'm guessing they're going to be in the first 5 minutes, and it's going to be like what Spider-Man's been up to, and it like goes to shots like
that's fair
with Boomerang and Tarantula. I think Scorpion will probably have a bigger role because he was in the first movie, and everyone was like, "When is he going to be Scorpion? When is he going to be Scorpion?" So I think they'll do something with him. We still don't know who the main villain is. Sadie Sink. We saw in the trailer that there was a moment where he opens the tank and it's this old woman, and she like looks over, and like the guard is like, whoa. And then he looks up, and then that guard is like, so it's like some kind of mind controlling thing.
Yeah.
And people have been speculating Sadie Sink might be Jean Grey because the X-Men stuff is going to be coming later. It's possible. I think it's highly likely. I just think it's weird. Like, Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie with ninjas and Punisher, like that.
There's a lot. Oh yeah, in the Punisher aspect is so cool. Seeing that was so funny. That like just little sequence.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot involved with this. I think it's gonna be great, and I think you know what too. I think part of the hype behind it, obviously, we know what happened at the end of No Way Home, but I think people are very curious about what turns out between, Spider-Man and fucking Tom Holland and Zendaya, like, and his best friend. Like that's a whole arc in the story that I'm also like, what is gonna happen here? Because you saw in the trailer, like she was talking to some other guy. Was touching her face, and I was like, Tom, get his ass.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. It's coming out soon. What are your guys' thoughts? Are you excited for the Spider-Man movie? Were you shocked to find out that it dwarfed the last biggest late video launch of all time, and it's become the record breaker? Not only did it become the record breaker, it's going to be hard to beat. I don't know what.
Someone's going to have to get like 1 billion. I feel like the next one that breaks it will be 1 billion. Like there's no way you're going to go like 900.
Well, here's what I think. I kind of feel bad.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it's going to be holding this record for too long with the Avengers movie coming out in December. I think that if anything was going to beat the Spider-Man record, it would be the Avengers movie. And I think that trailer is going to drop maybe a month or two after this movie releases. So, but still,
that's tough.
Right now, it's holding the record. What do you guys think? All right, let's take a look. Tariq says, did you hear about Matthew McConaughey being reported to play the Green Goblin? Just a rumor. Take that with a grain of salt. I have not heard about that at all.
That's interesting.
Which surprises me. Neil Whaley says, last Spider-Man I saw was Spider-Man 3. That brings up another question that I have. Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 made crucial mistakes. And do you know what those mistakes were that made those movies the lowest Spider-Man movies that people like?
What is it?
They did too much. Spider-Man 3 had Sandman, Harry's Green Goblin. It had Venom. It was just all over the place.
There was way too much going on.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 had Electro. It had the younger Green Goblin, who everyone was like, what the fuck is going on with that? It had
was that Jamie Foxx played Electro?
Yeah, It had the weird train station undercover, only Spider-Man could have been Spider-Man story plot. It was really weird. Is this movie doing too much? Is Jean Grey, is Hulk, is ninjas, is Punisher? I am worried about this.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. You can't do too much. If you limit, like, again, I don't think it's fine if you want to have multiple villains. You want to just focus on one, but you gotta limit. Like, again, if they do what you said, Tarantula and Boomerang are just like these catching up with Peter type of things, fine.
Right.
And have one main villain. But yeah, I agree. Those films, they tried to pack so much into it, you know, that it was like, I'm like, I want to get like attached to like a villain's storyline, like what they're doing, what the plot is, etc. I don't need 35 of them all doing shit at the same time, you know, so.
Julesy says, I think people really need a fun movie to escape into while everything else is going crazy. You're not wrong.
That's fair.
That's what movies are for. They're for escaping sometimes. Let's see. Julie says, I hope Jackie is in it as like a Miyagi mentor to Tom. I have not seen the trailer, obviously. A Spider-Man with fucking martial arts powers would be fucking crazy. Like,
a problem.
him being like, the director of this Spider-Man is not the director who did the other three. This is the guy who directed Shang-Chi. So he knows martial arts directing. Star-Lord says Spider-Man powers is getting stronger, which he should be. Yeah, and I love the idea of like maybe it's getting so strong. Like I would love to see him at like this weird hybrid peak spider form where like, let's say like he is like his eyes go black and he's able to fucking like his spider sense is so insane, like nothing can fucking touch him at all.
Dude.
Like that would be like wild.
Would be crazy.
Julie says Spider-Man movies and reboots seem to be the mac and cheese of movies, like Lord of the Ring is my comfort movie series. Yeah, everybody loves Spider-Man, it seems like. Let's see. Richard says, so Spider-Man will be throwing hands. I don't know. That's a good question because like ninjas are cool and everything, but Spider-Man is so strong he can stop a school bus flying at him.
I mean, he's like we've seen him hold like what, like an oil tank or something was like splitting.
Like what are a couple of ninjas gonna do? Like these guys are gonna get a fist through their fucking torso. Like I don't know.
It's like when I watch Batman do certain shit in games or in movies, and everyone's like, yeah, he doesn't kill, but he just like broke that dude's spinal column. Like he's paralyzed for life.
Batman, here's the thing, Batman might not kill, but there's no way if he knows for sure if he killed someone or not. Because
dude, the game, I threw somebody into like a gas station and blew up. Like, yeah, he doesn't kill. Okay. Like, sure. He doesn't kill. It's like a Pete Holmes skit. He's just sleeping.
I mean, he literally carries batarang blades. You can't, first of all, you might be able to throw it, but you don't know if this guy's going to move when you're throwing it. And it could go in his jugular. It could go in his fucking.
Oh, he's just sleeping. He's just sleeping.
Oh my god. Anyways, guys, let us know in the comments down below, what were your thoughts on all these articles? If you're watching this not live, let us know your support. Thank you guys for being here and for showing your support. Stay tuned for next week. We're super excited to continue this show and keep it going. Lots of wild topics, lots of cool stuff. Keep an eye out on the news. If you guys see anything on the news that you want us to cover, come to this video, put it in the description or in the comments. We'll take a look and we'll consider it for the next video. Just let us know. Thanks for being here. Keep an eye out for the next reaction. Check out our Patreon if you want. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, guys, Twitch will be linked down below. Make sure you stop on by. Say hi if you stop on by. Don't be a lurker. Just say what's up. You don't listen. I'm not going to pressure you to follow me or anything, but if you want to catch me and sometimes Cameron as well in another live setting, make sure you check it out. Play a variety of games over there. Cam and I are planning on getting into Baldur's Gate 3 soon, so that's always a fun one. You'll get to see our personalities shine a little bit more from outside of a reaction sense into like a gaming sense and decision-making sense. But link down below, linked under all our videos. Hope to see y'all there. And for the people that already pop up there, we'll see y'all there probably tonight at some point.
Check it out, guys. And yeah, XF says, how was the views this week? Views were great. I think we get to like 26 or 27. So we didn't set a record, but we did take a week break. So I understand why we cut that momentum a little bit. We did great on support, Rodney, with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much again for that. But we're going strong, everybody. Thank you for popping in and have a good weekend. We'll see ya on the next one, and peace.